Hi, my name's Brett Bailey. I'm a grad student in the Department of Environmental Conservation at the University of Massachusetts, Amherst. I want to thank you for your interest in this important project. So, this is Western Massachusetts. Cool temperatures and colorful foliage. During the summer, this same forest is bustling with activity. Birds building nests, announcing their territories with song, and raising young. Approximately 200 species of birds make their home here each summer. But now, most of those species are gone. They've migrated thousands of miles south, where they will remain until the following spring. Ruby-throated hummingbirds, summer tanagers, thrushes, 25 species of warblers, and many other bird species will fly to Central and South America each winter. Forest like this, upon which the birds rely, is relatively plentiful in this part of the country. However, in Central and South America, forests are being destroyed at an alarming rate. Without sufficient amounts of habitats in these tropical areas, fewer and fewer birds will return here to the United States each summer. Much of the forest loss in the tropics is due to agriculture, and at higher elevation, that agricultural product is typically coffee. I'm working with universities throughout Central America and with nonprofit groups like the Mesoamerican Development Institute to find new ways to grow and produce coffee sustainably. We're pursuing a comprehensive approach to sustainable coffee production, an approach that saves forests by using solar power to dry coffee instead of burning wood. One that provides farmers with higher and more reliable income. An approach that creates high-quality habitat for birds, both migratory and resident. That last part is where I come in. Currently, I'm working with farmers, members of a local coffee cooperative, to look at how they can increase their production while maintaining high-quality habitat for birds by maintaining fragments of forest near their farms or incorporating natural vegetation into the coffee landscape. I'm currently studying more than 300 birds in Honduras, but focusing on two migratory birds of special conservation concern, the golden-winged warbler and the wood thrush. Come on, let's go to Honduras to learn more about the wood thrush and my research. Currently, I'm standing in a small family-owned shade coffee farm in one of the major coffee growing regions of Honduras. Areas like this are frequented by migratory songbirds, the majority of which have seen significant declines since the 1960s. Since coffee is the second largest traded commodity in the world, changes to the way that coffee is grown can have a significant impact on wildlife. And for this reason, shade coffee like this has often been considered a potential conservation tool for migrants. Sometimes they come here in large numbers and mixed flocks, feeding on flowers, fruit, and insects in the canopy. There's also one species that's of special concern, the wood thrush, that often comes down lower into the leaf litter where it forages. In shade coffee farms like this, a thick layer of leaf litter is often maintained. Wood thrush have seen significant declines again since the 1960s, almost consistently approaching a 2% decline annually. And for this reason, we're using tiny transmitters and fitting them in both coffee and forest. And we're following them using radio telemetry. This allows us to follow them in any type of habitat and get an idea of the type of habitat they're using and if that habitat is meeting their needs, both survival needs during the winter and that need for an extra layer of fat to make the long trip back to the United States. Here in this coffee, we've already caught 5 wood thrush, some of which have stayed around foraging in the leaf litter, others that have moved to adjacent forest. And that's one of the special focuses of this research, to consider the role that fragment forest, corridors, fence rows, any source of sort of natural vegetation plays in these agricultural landscapes. Woo! We're back. That clip was actually recorded last summer, but I'll be returning to Honduras in just a few months for the final part of my field research. Again, I want to thank you for your interest and know that any contribution you make will go a long way in assuring the success of not only this field season, but of the entire project. Please take a moment to review some additional information on the Petri Dish website or at my personal website, brett-bailey.com. Also invite you to visit the Mesoamerican Development Institute website at mesoamerican.org. Again, thank you so much for your time.